when you're getting to the point that you need to assemble this, these are the steps you're going to follow. All right. So the first step you do is you pick the part that's going to be fixed. This part makes sense that it's going to be fixed. What I mean by fixed, it's the part that you're going to relate all the other parts to. So from here, you go up to File, Make Assembly from Part. Okay, then this will come up. So you're just gonna click in the screen. All right, then that part will come in, and why this is important, because if you look at this right here, this little F says that this component is fixed. It's locked in. All right, from here you go to Insert Components, and let's say I want to bring the screw in next. So bring that guy in there. Insert Components. Let's say the pin. So I'm just gonna drag and drop all these in there. And then what's the last part? The swivel. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is what's called mating. So you're going to click on Mate. I want to mate the outside diameter of the screw with the inside diameter on the frame or on the clamp. So I click on this face. Then I click on that face, and it'll automatically understand that there's going to be a concentric relationship there. So if I grab this part, it still has a rotational degree of freedom, which you want, and it has a longitudinal, but it's constrained within those two relationships of the outside diameter to the inside diameter. All right. The next, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to mate this guy with that. All right. Then I'm going to want to mate that bore, the inside bore of that, with this bore. All right. Now, if it comes in there upside down, you can flip this mate alignment. All right. Now, this still has the degree of freedom this way. So I'm going to mate this planar face with this face, so they're coincident. Now I basically have to have this assembly doing this. Okay. There's one more mate you can put on here to lock in that that travel, because this is way too much travel. So you go over to Advanced Mates, and then you can do this one, which is a distance. So I'm going to click this face with this face, and right now everything's set at distance, let's say 1 inch. So we're going to set this guy at 0, and I'm going to accept that, and you'll notice what happens here. Right now I have 1 inch of travel on that mate. I'm going from 0 to 1. Well, I want a little bit more than that. So I go back here on that distance, and let's say I want 2 inches of travel. I accept it. So now I can go from 0 to 2 inches, and that's about what you want for the travel on that mate. You can leave the degree of freedom here as far as a rotational. If we really wanted to get advanced, we could use what's called a screw mate, and the pitch of this to the pitch of that. So as you rotate it, you can see how far it travels down per revolution. We really don't need that. All right. Once you've mated it, then I know the students in STEM geometry know how to do this next step. You're going to create what's called a exploded view. All right, so I'm going to click on exploded view. Then I'm going to click on the parts that I want to explode. So for instance, I want to take this part and bring it off this direction. I want to take this part and bring it off of the assembly that direction. I want to take this part and bring it down. You know, in the sheet that I have it stepping over 1, 2. You can do that also. So now we've created those exploded steps. We can actually, that's what's called a configuration. So if we go right here, here's our configuration manager, and we open that up. Here's the exploded view. If I double click, it collapses. double click, it explodes. I also can right click and animate that. I don't know if you guys can see the animation. Is it real chunky? So I'll play that again. So it will animate that exploding and collapsing. Then from there, you just start creating your drawings then. All right, that is just the basics right there of how to create an assembly. All right, those are all the components you drag and drop in here. The key, though, is that the first one that comes in, notice it won't let me move that part. It's fixed in place. Then you just keep bringing all the other parts in and do what's called mating that mates those together. All right.